Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us because today we have another great discussion. I am Joe Rosen, president of Parkinson's Resource Organization, and again today we bring you things to know right now. And this particular thing to know is something that's been around for a while, and I have been blessed for all of the years that I've known and talked with California Phones or California Telephone Access Project. I just need to do a shout out to Andy Squires, who was the first person who introduced us to it probably 18 or 20 years ago, however old it is, was right out of the box kind of thing. And Andy came and spoke to our support groups that were physical at the time. That we don't do that anymore, and that's okay because we're doing great on Zoom. So I have with me Pamela Fraser, who is a fabulous representative from California Phones. Pamela, can you tell us a few things about this amazing program that you think our listeners should want to know today?
Well, thank you. Of course I can, Joe. The California Telephone Access Program, also known as California Phones, is a state program under the governance of the California Public Utilities Commission. And what we do, we provide specialized telephone equipment and devices to California residents who have difficulties with either seeing, hearing, speaking, remembering, or moving. The services and equipment that we provide are provided at no cost. The program is supported by a surcharge on our telephone bills. Our home bill has the surcharge as well as our cellular bill has the charge that we receive. Our program has been in existence for over 40 years. So we were established in 1979.
So it's not right out of the box. Okay.
Yeah, we've been around a long time. We're one of those hidden jewels. Most people don't think about telecommunications when things begin to change. We're so accustomed to picking up the phone and talking, but when we start having some difficulties and it affects our abilities to use the phone, we're here.
Well, so it's really fun to know that we all have participated in this. We all give to it, and the benefits of it are they're just amazing. And most people don't know that it's free to them if they need. I'm going to ask you a couple of things today. I'm going to ask you to show us some of the equipment, and I'm going to ask you how do they go about getting it and a few things like that. So tell me kind of, where would you like to start? You want to do some show and tell first?
Sure, I could do some show and tell. That'd be good. So what we do, the telephone equipment that we provide is designed to help people who have various impairments. So since we're dealing with the Parkinsons, your group, so we're going to talk about some of the equipment that could benefit from them.
Terrific. Okay.
Okay, so one of the pieces of equipment I want to show you, this right here is called an RCX. It is a speaker remote phone. And what this phone does, it works with various switches. It comes with the remote, and this little remote can hang on your neck. If you don't want it hanging on your neck, our field staff, they can position this so that it would be appropriate to your ability to touch. It's a really great phone, especially for those who have involuntary movement difficulties. We have a lot of different switches that they can use. Another switch we have with the RCX is this pillow switch. This little switch, we can put it on the bed. If they have a wheelchair, we can attach it to the wheelchair. We can use Velcro. Our field staff, they come up with all kinds of innovative ways in order to make these switches operable for our consumers.
Wow, how neat.
So this is a really great phone. Just a light touch on the switch, turns the phone on, turns the phone off. It also has the capabilities for one-touch dialing by following the movement of the buttons. So this is this is a really great piece of equipment that we have. Another good piece of equipment we have too is this little device here. This is called a Sony Box. And this is an amplifier that amplifies the speech.
Oh, That is so neat. And so I didn't, the last time I saw this, I didn't, this is
Mhm.
wonderful because people with Parkinson's, as you know from listening in to the meetings,
Right.
they
Mhm.
have a tendency to be low volume. Terrific.
Yes.
Okay, carry on.
This will amplify their voice. It has two pieces that come with it. It has a little mic lapel. So if they have involuntary movement, we can just clip it onto the shirt or their little dress or smock. And it also has a very lightweight headset that also has the microphone here. This little device is wonderful. Someone that can barely speak above a whisper, it can pick up their voice. So
Oh,
this give them their ability to speak again, and they can hear it. Everyone can hear it. So it's a really great piece of equipment. It's new in our program, and we've been giving it out like flies.
I can only imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
for the grandkids, they can now
Mhm.
hear grandpa and grandma, or for the children, they can now hear mom and dad, or for the brothers and sisters. Oh, this is so terrific because, yes,
Exactly. And
voice is
even
an
your
issue.
ability to take a call and to be able to voice what it is you need to voice to the other person. So these are really two great pieces of equipment. In addition to, we also have our cordless phones, such as this one here. This is a large button amplified cordless phone. This phone is designed for people who have both hearing difficulties, speech, and mobility. So it can also amplify outgoing speech and incoming speech. So if they have low speech again, we have another piece of equipment that they can use. And we also have another cordless telephone too. This is one of our new babies in the program. This is a Panasonic cordless phone, large button. It also amplifies incoming voice as well as outgoing. And the buttons are very large. It has a lot of talkback features. And then this is our base. You see the base is pretty large. And this particular model has a built-in answering machine. And what's really great about the Panasonic equipment is that it has a feature design in it that you can slow down the conversation of the other person. So some of our consumers who are hearing impaired and people are speaking really fast, there's a little button you just tap and it slows the conversation down, and the other person on the other end, they don't even realize that you slowed the conversation down.
Well,
So those are, huh?
This is so super special today. And it kind of,
Yes.
so one of my questions that I was going to ask is this refurbished equipment? And obviously it's not. I mean, this is brand new
No,
equipment.
exactly. All of the equipment that we provide to California residents, it's brand new. We don't distribute any type of refurbished equipment at all. In particular, so we're dealing with the COVID-19 situation. Normally we have our staff, our field staff, who normally they go out to our consumers' home and they do assessments. They set up the telephone equipment, also troubleshoot our equipment when it's not working. So we really maintain ownership and keeping the
Maintenance.
equipment, the maintenance. We maintain the maintenance of the equipment as well. And Joe, with our program, it's really easy for people to become a participant. We have an application.
That's what's going to be my
That,
next question along the way. Yes.
here's our little application. And the consumers just have to be certified by a healthcare professional. Healthcare professionals are any medical doctors that they see, or in short, anybody that has MD behind their name. They can certify consumer for any of the difficulties we cover again, which are hearing, seeing, speaking, remembering, or moving. You only need one difficulty to qualify for our program.
Oh my goodness gracious. So I should know the answer to this, but you're going to give it to us in case I don't. You're in the Wellness Village on our website. So if someone goes in there and looks for California phones, they'll find you. Is that authorization something that when they go through to your website, they can download that authorization?
Yes, they can download
Okay.
our application by visiting californiaphones.org, and the applications are available in different languages, so they can download the language that they need. Once they download the application, they take it to the healthcare professional to be certified. We just need verification that they have one of the difficulties. And what's really great about our program, we don't really deal with the differences of the difficulty. If you have mild hearing loss, you qualify. If you have severe hearing loss, you qualify. If you have vision difficulty, with vision, we don't even ask about the degrees of vision loss. It's either low vision or blind. So if you fit somewhere in between there, you qualify for our program. And including with mobility, we cover everything with mobility. Most people don't think about with mobility impairment, like people who have heart conditions, they have difficulty with breathing, you know,
Yes.
with movement. You know, if you have problems with your feet, getting up to answer the phone can be a challenge. So we have the cordless equipment. So we have a lot of great things that we offer our consumers. And as I mentioned, because I know in the Wellness Village, a lot of the consumers who are participants in your program, some of them are out of state. So if they are out of state, they won't be able to participate in our program, but guess what? If they visit our website, we have a link. It's called TADAC, and TADAC stands for the Telecommunication Equipment Distribution Association. And if they visit that website, when they click onto our link, they can type in the name of their state to see if their state has a program similar to
Oh, how terrific. Because as
yeah,
you know,
so
because you participate, we have people
yes,
coming to the support group meetings from all over the world right now. So this is
exactly.
really great news. But California
Mhm.
got it started, so we always know we're
Yeah.
we're in the front of the pack.
We
Um,
always are in the front. We are the leaders and everybody come following behind. So thank
they
you,
do.
really.
So can people get cell phones? Can they get a smartphone or a cell phone through this program?
No, unfortunately, we do not provide cell phones, but we do have Bluetooth devices that pair to the cell phone. So one device I can show you real quickly, this right here, this is called a Hear-All. It is an amplifier. It's a one button feature, one large button presses, connects, one button turns it off. It also has a speaker, and this connects to the cell phone to amplify the sound on a cell phone. So it's a really great feature we have. And then for consumers who do not have home telephone services, we also have a Bluetooth telephone where you can pair up to 2 cell phones to one phone. And this is what it looks like. It's a black phone. It looks exactly like the one I showed before, the silver Panasonic.
Yeah.
And this is the base. And with this phone, you can pair your cell phone when you're at home to the handset. Has a wonderful speaker, outgoing speech amplifier. So this is something else that we have available. So at this time, we don't offer any smartphone equipment, but guess what else, Joe, we do?
What?
We currently assist our seniors with teaching them how to use a smartphone. So we have trainings that we offer for iPhone users, for those who have an iPhone, and for those who have an Android. So we normally do those trainings in person, but due to the pandemic, we now offer those trainings by using the Zoom platform, and we do a virtual webinar. And so a lot of our consumers, they're now having to do video calls and things of that sort, and they're not really sure how to do it.
You know, I'm so happy to hear this because I just had a call yesterday from a person on the East Coast who
Mhm.
is not computer literate, and thankfully they found us, but it was their children that found us on the internet, so that was good.
Right.
She and I said, if there's a way that we can find out how you can participate in the meetings, would you be interested? And she said, "Oh yes." So now I can call her back and say,
Mhm.
there is an opportunity. Now we got to find out if her state has a phone program like this. But you know what's so wonderful about Parkinson's Resource Organization is that the information about the resources that are available to anybody and everybody is what we're bringing out in the forefront. And so I just keep asking people, find a California phones, find a resource in our wellness village. It is the go-to place for people with Parkinson's to find a resource, some of which you didn't know existed. And I'm
Exactly.
going to assure you that some of you don't know about California phones, didn't know about it before today. I'm so proud and so pleased to have our relationship with you. For several years now, you've been in the Wellness Village, and you keep revamping your page, which is really terrific to keep it fresh and to keep the information fresh. Is there anything in particular that you think our listeners should know right now?
Well, yes, what they should know is three simple facts. To participate in our program, they have to be a resident of the state of California. They have to be qualified by a healthcare professional, verifying that they have difficulties with either seeing, hearing, speaking, remembering, or moving. There is no income requirement for our program, no Medi-Cal requirement, and no age requirement. So children, as well as adults and seniors, are welcome to participate in our program. The equipment they receive, again, is brand new. We have field staff that come out and assess our consumers to set up the equipment, to troubleshoot the equipment. We also have outreach workers who go out into the community, and we present our program.
Well, we know that one because I think you're coming to us in March, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
And
I'm in March.
And yes, so
Mhm.
she will be presenting at our village meeting. So all of you need to pay attention to the calendar on our website, because these resources come forth and present to you. And she will have additional and more information to give to you at that time. So in addition to that, California Phone submits articles for the newsletter that are educational to you, the listener, to you, the reader, to watch the newsletter, because you will find articles from either Pamela or someone at California Phones to give you more information and more insight of something that's available to you to create a better quality of life, because that's what it's all about. And that's why PRO is here. We're out to serve and to create that better quality of life for you. Pamela, I
Exactly.
am so pleased with you and with California Phones. It makes my heart sing to know that once again, we're helping the community big time by giving them a resource. And in this particular instance, it's free of charge. They have to do a little bit of work to get it accomplished, but it's free of charge. Isn't it terrific?
That's right. It's wonderful. I mean, you know what we do, we've been doing this, providing these services since 1979. So if you lived in California since 1979, you've been contributing to our program. So now it's your turn to get the equipment and the benefits that come with your contribution you've been doing for the last 40 plus years.
So I'm just going to ask you to help in another way. As we're speaking, some of
Mhm.
our villagers need to know, what do you find important about being a wellness villager, but coming to our meetings, because you do. Are you finding that beneficial?
I'm finding it very beneficial and educational. I'm learning so much about the condition itself, but what's really important is seeing the faces of those who are battling with this condition, and they're moving forward. You know, I just I'm just amazed. Like I had mentioned before in one of the meetings, I'm just amazed. I don't know what to say. I'm just amazed about how people are managing their condition, you know, and they're managing it with a smile. You know, we have
Yes.
so much to be grateful for. And it just reminds me of how I need to be a little more grateful, less complaining, a little more explaining.
I just cannot express enough how thankful and grateful I am for the relationship with you that Andy started years ago, and the relationship
Yes,
that we have with California Phones. I'm so delighted to hear that others throughout the country can perhaps find a program like this in their states. And so this really is a national effort on our part to bring to our people the greatest quality of life possible. So, Pamela,
exactly.
thank you, thank you, thank you so much. To our audience today, again, the Wellness Village, you will see probably right down at the bottom of this video the
Mhm.
URL to take you to the Wellness Village. Look up phones. You don't even have to look up California. Just look up phones, and you will go directly to the California phone page, and read about it in the newsletter, which you will get on the Wellness Village, or I mean, on the website itself. There's so much available to everyone. We are so grateful to be here, so grateful to be of service, and so grateful to know the resources that we have, that we can present to you. So again, Pamela, thanks so much for today and for always.
Oh, you are so welcome. I find it a pleasure and a privilege. And I look forward to our continued relationship.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.